Week 8, the DSB Creative. We back talking some football. Like, comment, subscribe. Let's get it. Football fans, football world, welcome back to the DSB Creative. Jaron DSB doing a thing over here. You know what we do over here. We talk football. And it's week 8 in the NFL. We're going to go down a couple matchups. But first, today, as we record, October 26th, Brock Purdy has entered concussion protocol. Now, you may be saying to yourself, during the game, he played the whole game. How's he in concussion protocol? Well, I guess they're reporting that on the team plane, he began showing signs of concussion-like symptoms. Thus, the 49ers doing what's best for the player, entered him into concussion protocol. Meaning, this coming Sunday, the 49ers might have to rely on Sam Darnold. Will they be in capable hands? Sam Darnold has shown that as a backup, he's more than capable. As a starter, he may be in a little over his head. But the 49ers got weapons. If McCaffrey can play, they might still be down Debo, but that offense is stacked and that defense comes to play. If Darnold does have to start, 49ers going to be all right. Shanahan's a genius. He'll figure it out. Let's get to some of these matchups, make some of these predictions. We're going to start off in a 1 o'clock slot. Rams, Cowboys. Now, the Rams, you knew I was going to mention them, have a breakout star in Puka Nacua. I hope I'm saying his name right. I really hope I am, but I'm going to say it again. Puka Nacua. Through 7 games, he has 752 yards receiving, averaging 13 yards a catch. And then their second receiver, Tutu Atwell, has 340 yards receiving. Look at that difference. So Stephon Gilmore and the Cowboys are going to have to figure out a way to contain Puka Nacua. But like I said, Tutu Atwell, and they still got Cooper Kupp in that receiving core. And Higbee's no scrub at tight end. At running back, Kyron Williams, Royce Freeman, they're doing all right in the run game. Sitting at 3-4, the Rams can be had. I'm not sure if this is one of those games where we expect the Cowboys to win and then they just don't show up. I'll give you Arizona. This could be a game where the Cowboys show up all 53, coach and staff included, and they blow the doors off the team. Do I think that'll happen? No. What's something we saw in the Cowboys last game that was a big key in the victory? Getting CeeDee Lamb involved. Over 100 yards receiving. Now, it's unfortunate CeeDee Lamb is our number 1 receiver. Remember, Puka Nacua, 752 receiving yards, right? 6 games played, 475 receiving yards for CeeDee Lamb. And he's our number 1. Our number 2 is shaky. Gallup is seemingly having trouble holding on to the ball. And then we got Cooks, who still, it seems, is getting worked into the offense. And then we got Ferguson at tight end and Pollard coming out the backfield. Those are our pass catchers. In our run game, Pollard, Dowdle. Those are our only 2 options, but it seems like we need to figure out a way, like I said before the bye week, to get them involved early and often. In this matchup says the Cowboys should win. Looking at the offenses, looking at the defenses, I'll give the Cowboys the slight edge just because I think their defense will overpower the offense of the Rams. That defensive line. Odigizua, Parsons, Lawrence. Those 3. And then you step back. I think Van Der Esch is going to miss this game, but that rotating door they got at linebacker isn't half bad. They know what they're doing. And you got Javon Curse playing the nickel corner from time to time. He's up there too. And then you look at the defensive backs led by Stephon Gilmore. And you got the safeties back there, Malik Hooker. That's our guy, right? I'm thinking the defense can get it done. They're going to have to get it done. I'm not going to rely on the offense. I don't think anyone should rely on the Cowboys offense to really win them this game, only because that's not what we have seen from them. However, I do hope coming out of the bye, they come out strong. If I had to give a score for this game, Cowboys Rams. Judging by what we've seen from the Cowboys this year, I'm going 21. I'll give the Rams 14. Because here's the thing. With the exception of Puka Nakua's 752 receiving yards through 7 games, that's phenomenal. He does only have 2 touchdowns. He gets the yards, not necessarily getting in the end zone. But that's where you have to look out for Atwell, Kupp, Williams coming out of the backfield, those things. I think the Cowboys defense is going to be up to the task. Like I've been repeating, though, the offense is the only question. Can that offense get started? I think they'll come out of the bye. I'm hoping they'll come out of the bye strong and ready to go. So I'm giving Cowboys 21, Rams 14. And we'll move on to the next game. It's crazy how the narrative on these two teams has changed in the past week or so. Patriots Dolphins, AFC classic divisional rivalry matchup. And I'm going to say off rip, I don't know if I'm feeling it or if I'm over believing. I think the Patriots are going to edge this one out. Only because in the losses that the Dolphins have suffered, what was the one common theme? They couldn't get out of the gate. When they can't turn the game into a track meet where you chasing after them all over the field, they struggle. When they have to dig deep and play conventional football, that's not necessarily their makeup. I think Belichick is going to try to get real physical with them, put hands on them, try to throw them off their game, and really make them fight for every yard instead of just turning it into a sprint. Mac Jones last week, he looked good against the Bills. 272 passing, 2 touchdowns, took care of the ball, no picks. He was sacked once. That's not bad. 25 for 30. Zeke had the rushing touchdown. Last week against the Bills was a great outing for the Patriots, but you wonder, again, if it's that divisional rivalry aspect. They see each other a lot. They're familiar with tendencies. We saw it a couple weeks ago over in Kansas City when they faced the Broncos. The Broncos are a shit team. They are. But they played KC very hard. Now, this coming week, KC has the challenge of facing the Broncos again. And you would think it's going to be a tough matchup again. Divisional matchups usually aren't blowouts. They aren't easy. They aren't cakewalks. But Mac Jones had a day. This wasn't a cakewalk either. 25-29 was the final score. Miami still being down Achane doesn't mean necessarily anything. They still got Mostert over there. Tyreek Hill, Waddle. Berrios is still shown to be a weapon, and Tua slinging the ball. With him back there, as long as you out there in a position to catch a pass, he's going to try to get you the ball. And they got guys with burners. Like I said, Belichick's best bet, and he's probably going to do it. Get real physical with him from the point of attack. Tyreek, there's no Gonzalez on the defense for the Patriots this time around. So, with no Christian Gonzalez this time around, I'm not sure if they're going to rely on Miles Bryant on that defense. He was in the last game in Buffalo. He was flying around on defense. He made a couple plays. Jalen Mills, I know Miles Bryant is a little newer on that defense, but I think he might have a better chance than Jalen Mills. We sure not putting J.C. Jackson on Tyreek Hill. Fan of J.C. Jackson. I think he has a lot to contribute to any NFL roster. However, he ain't keeping up with Tyreek. Your best bet might be Miles Bryant, the new upstart on the defensive side. But you're going to have to figure out some sort of bracket for Tyreek, somehow to keep him contained. Good luck. But like I said at the start, I'm rocking with the Patriots. If I had to give you a score, if Miami can't run away, it's not going to be high scoring. And I don't think the Patriots have they cracked 30 points this year? Yeah, and the Patriots haven't even cracked 30 points this year. I don't think this is going to be crazy scoring. I think it's going to be more the defense is trying to show out. If I had to give you a score, I'm going Patriots 24, Miami 21. It'll be close because I don't think the Patriots are good enough yet to necessarily run away with a victory against a team like this, but Miami has also shown that they can be beaten. They don't necessarily stack up to physicality and the higher echelon of competition. Not that that's the Patriots, but it's just to say the Dolphins have shown they can be had. And there's a formula there. And if there's anyone who's going to figure it out, it's the genius up in Foxborough. Patriots 24, Dolphins 21. We're going to move on to the next game over in New York. The battle at the Meadowlands. We got the 3-3 Jets versus the 2-5 Giants. Are they 2-5? No, that can't be right. You motherfuckers 2-5. Who'd they beat? The Cardinals. The Cowboys lost to the Cardinals. And the Commanders. Divisional game. 14-17. That's what I'm saying about these divisional games, man. These games never are runaways. When you see teams often, you know what the hell they're going to do. It's like fighting. It's like boxing. MMA. The trilogies are beautiful because you know what the guys can do, but you want to see what they're going to do different to counteract what was done last time. That's the beauty in war, in battle. Let's get into the Jets and the Giants. These motherfuckers share a stadium, so it's a home game for both teams. But I'm going to tell you off rip, the Giants are sorry. However, with Tyrod back there, they're not half bad. Like I said, they did beat the Commanders last game, 14-17. However, I think the Jets are a slightly better team than the Washington Commanders, and I don't think the Giants are there yet. I'm not worried about that defense. The Jets' offense has been up and down throughout the year. All right, I get that. Zach Wilson, we were on him at the beginning of the year. Then he started to show a little bit, and now they're doing all right. So we off them. They 3-3, right? Okay, we off them. The Giants are down Daniel Jones. Saquon in there trying to do something. That offensive line is terrible. They suck. Something needs to happen on that offensive line. Sign in a mass amount of free agents and just practice all week and see what y'all could throw together to put out there on Sunday to represent the Giants organization better, because this is atrocious. It's bad. It's no reason, sorry for the vibration from my phone. It's no reason that Daniel Jones probably ain't hurt. He probably just like, man, ain't nobody out there blocking for me but this damn helmet on my head. I'm not about to sacrifice my well-being. Fuck it. I bet you they sign a lineman, Daniel Jones going to be like, all right, I'm healthy, I'm good. Not to play with injury, but that Giants offensive line is bad. It hurts the run game. It hurts the receiving core. It hurts the quarterback. It hurts the defense because they always out there. And they're not much to shake a bone at. Giants got to figure it out. Dable's in a bad situation. Shannon Sharp caught flack because earlier in the season he said Daniel Jones going to get him fired. The whole construct of this team is going to get him fired. They're bad. Everyone's looking at Denver because of the money spent, but they didn't spend nearly as much in the Giants organization. But you got to look over there because that whole team top to bottom is bad. Dable might be a good coach, but quarterback on down, he needs a little bit more help. Hopefully they don't boot him out of there before he gets that help. But Daniel Jones, the head, is not it. Over at the Jets, though, Zach Wilson might not be the answer, but I think he might be a little bit more capable if his offensive line can give him a little bit more time. I just need 2 to 3 seconds. And within those 2 to 3 seconds, if I can get out and make a little, extend the play, find the receiver on a slant or coming back to me, something like that, Zach Wilson could do that. He's shown that this year. He's shown that he can make the throws to help you win. Consistency. Consistency is the name of the game. Like Shannon Sharp says, every week in the NFL, you update your resume. You have to. Consistency is a big part of that. And Zach Wilson, this year, I can't say he's been more consistent than his first 2 years. The bar is honestly, though, set really low for him. He's got a better receiving core now. He's still got Breece Hall and Michael Carter back there. They're looking to trade Dalvin Cook now. I wish they'd keep him and try to figure him into the offense somehow, just to give Zach another weapon. But if they're making do without him, they're making do without him. And it seems like they're gonna give Breece Hall a ton of touches as he starts to turn back into his normal self coming off that injury. With this game, I'm rocking with the Jets. That defense is gonna terrorize the Giants offense. Tyrod Taylor's doing his thing, don't get me wrong. stepped in for Daniel Jones when Daniel Jones went down, and the team is trying to rally, but they got issues to work through. And that Jets defense don't give a damn about your sorrows, your woes, what you got going on at home, in your mistress life. They don't care what you got going on at the school with the kids. They coming to bring pain and lay the wood. I love that Jets defense. And I'm excited to see what they can do against this Giants offense. And I'm excited to see what the Jets offense can do against the Giants defense. I think they can come out clicking. The Jets are feeling themselves. They went on that 3-game skid, and then 31-21 over the Broncos, 2014 over the Eagles, bye week, and now here we are, Giants laying in wait. If I had to give a score, I feel like the Jets might be able to put up some points in this game. If I had to give a score, I'm going Jets 28, Giants 14. I'm going Jets 28, Giants 14. The Jets offense, when they get cooking, they get cooking. The Giants offense, a lot to be desired. And with Tyrod Taylor, even them trying to rally with him, not seeing it. Jets 28, Giants 14. And we're going to move on. And here we are, the divisional matchup. I thought it was going to be a blowout personally first time around. This time, I'm not so sure. And I'm not going to be too soon to speak. But I do think, of course, Mahomes is going to pull out the victory. But it's going to be a close one. What was the score the first time around? First time around, 19-8, the Chiefs beat the Broncos. If I'm giving you a score the second time around, I'm going to go Broncos 13, Chiefs 24. Broncos 13, Chiefs 24. The Broncos, coming off that win in Green Bay, they fought tough against the Chiefs. They let one slip away in New York, and then they had that win in Chicago. So it's clear that the Broncos are just in their own way. I don't think that changes, of course, against Kansas City. Not against fucking Mahomes, it won't. Kelsey. To live and die by Kelsey. And the Broncos will die by Kelsey. And Pacheco. That dude, he gets shit done. And that defense can show up. The Broncos don't stand a chance. There's not much else to cover. Further down this channel, like, comment, subscribe if you're watching. Further down this channel, there's tons of Broncos videos where I reiterate just how bad they are on all sides of the ball. And there's nothing else I can say. The Chiefs are going to win this game, 28-10. The Broncos need to start that fire sale. Start trading. Don't wait till the deadline and then try breaking the internet. You passed that. You broke the internet when you got 70 points hung on you. Boom. 28-10. Chiefs over Broncos again. Sorry-ass squad. Let's move on to another game. The Lions went over to Baltimore and got smoked. And I don't know what's that about. They're going to right the ship this week. I'm not worried about that. Look, the Raiders are the Raiders, and that's not very good. That's not saying much. Their last win a couple weeks ago against the Patriots, they looked all right, but then again, it's the Patriots who are still coming into form. Most recently, they did lose 30-12 to the lowly Justin Field-led Chicago Bears. With Jimmy Garoppolo at the helm, Josh Jacobs at running back, Devontae Adams at wide receiver, just those three, you think the roster would be a lot better. They're not. Devontae Adams isn't happy. Jacoby Myers is coming into his own. Josh Jacobs seems like he's having a rough start to the season. Only 2 touchdowns on the year through 7 games. And you look at David Montgomery, who's out right now for Detroit, but he has 6 touchdowns, and he only played 5 games. He toting the rock. Touches is the name of the game. But Montgomery's in the run game and in the passing game, and that Detroit offense is a well-oiled machine. They didn't look like it, though, last week against Baltimore. Lamar did his thing, as he should. He's in the MVP race this year. He is, and that's where he belongs. That's the talent he is. But so is Jared Goff, and that might be shocking to most people. 1,900 passing yards on the year, 11 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Jared Goff is having himself a year, and Detroit is shocking the NFL world. in that last loss was just as shocking. What can we expect this week? I think Detroit bounces back 100% this week. The Raiders, they haven't shown that they're up to a challenge. If you were to look at their schedule, they had the chance to rise to the occasion in Buffalo, lost 38-10. Rise against the occasion against the Chargers, lost 24-17. The occasion wasn't even there to be risen to against Chicago. That should have been a win, lost 30-12. So, and then you have a team like the Lions, are well oiled. Let's look at their track record. Sitting at 5-2, came out, beat Kansas City week 1, blew out the Panthers 42-24. They walked on the Broncos the week before this Baltimore game 26. They're going to put up some points, Detroit, and that's their whole thing. And the Raiders, they're not going to hold you from scoring points. There's the equation right there. I think Detroit has a bounce-back week this week. The Raiders are lying in wait. If I had to give you a score for this game, I'm going with the Lions. I don't know. I'm not a gambling man, but I'm sure Amon-Ra St. Brown, I'm sure he's going to score a touchdown. Laporta, that tight end, he good. He's good. He's real good. I'm sure he's going to get a touchdown. They're going to have to rely on the receiving core. I don't know if they get any of these running backs back this week between Montgomery and Gibbs, but I'm sure Dan Campbell got a plan, and they're going to bounce back against the Raiders. What's going to be the score? Lions 24, Raiders 12. I think they're going to try to get Devontae Adams involved, the Raiders. I really do, but I think it might be too far gone in that aspect. I think there might be other problems on that offense. I think Jacoby Myers is showing that he might be Jimmy G's favorite target, it looks like. So maybe Devontae might have a second spot in that receiving core. We'll see what happens in this game. We'll see who gets the targets. The storyline coming out of this game, though, is going to be Devontae Adams. And, of course, can Detroit right the ship, which I think they will. They're going to go up to 6-2 and keep leading that NFC North going forward into the playoffs, because I don't think between the Vikings, the Bears, and the Packers, it's over. It's a wash. They got it. They're going to keep playing good football and right the ship. The Raiders got to figure something out. 24-12, Lions, Raiders. So that's my picks. That's NFL Week 8. Should be kicking off tonight, Thursday night football. Buffalo, Tampa Bay. Buffalo taking that. But Tampa Bay hasn't been a bad squad this year, so you can't count them out. But Josh Allen got to right the ship, because that Buffalo team, they've been up and down. And 4-3 is their story of the year. You don't really know what you're going to get. That AFC East is wide open. Buffalo 4-3, Jets 3-3, Patriots 2-5, the Dolphins 5-2. I mean, everyone's a couple losses and a couple wins away from getting out or getting in right now as it stands. But as we get further on into the season, we'll see. Jaron DSB, the DSB Creative, where we talk football. Like, comment, subscribe. And I'm going to try to get some live streams going for y'all. Hopefully on the days that we got some games going, we can get some live reactions going. I can get some of the homies in here, get on Discord with me and talk about the football. Obviously, we can't show the games until ESPN NFL won't send the bursement. But, yeah, and we got some more content coming for y'all, some live action content. We got some flag football coming for y'all. That's in the works. But until then, like, comment, subscribe. The DSB Creative, Jaron DSB. That's me. I'm out.